The Nigerian Labour Party has accused the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, of misinforming the international community. The federal government, through Lai Mohammed, had accused the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, and his running mate, Datti Ahmed, of treason during an engagement with journalists in the U.S., arguing that the duo had been inciting people to violence in the aftermath of the 2023 general election. But in its reaction, the national chairman of the Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure, said it is the APC spokesman that have eaten up the polity. Abure said the information minister had gone on a familiarization tour of misinforming the international community of the true political situation in Nigeria. Ikeo.
Since the election happened, since the election ended, it's been the topsy-turvy affair between the spokespersons of the APC and those of the PDP, or the Labour Party, as well as the PDP. For a long time, Lai Mohammed didn't get involved in this whole thing. But suddenly, we came out to accuse Peter Obi of treason. As I've said at least twice, I do not see any evidence of treason committed by Peter Obi. If it was even that, based on what he said on channels, that he accused of treason, maybe I will not be bothered. But Obi has not said anything that points to that is treasonable. In fact, he was the one who told the supporters that ahead of the trial of the electoral matter before the tribunal, that they should not jam the court premises, that they didn't have to be there. So, to an extent, he's done his best to calm his supporters down. I don't think it was fair to accuse Peter Obi of treason. And he's very, even in picking his words, he tries his best to be calm. God created us differently. I don't think Datti has that sense of moderation that Peter Obi has. Otherwise, he won't be looking into the camera and threatening and be saying that he does not fear anyone. You don't fear anyone. If Turuji leads bandits into your premises, do you have the capacity to stand up to him? Won't you beg him? So people can say all kinds of things in our country knowing that nothing will happen. But Obi's people have also said that what Lai Mohammed and co are trying to do is to simply demarket him and make a critical segment of people who voted for him to begin to see him differently. In politics, this is a normal thing. You will not, you are not going to come out praising the opponent. My opponent is fantastic, this and that. Politicians don't have such commitment to objectivity. Now, Lai Mohammed went abroad and addressed some of the issues. For example, the issue of the phone call. Lai Mohammed said, yes, Peter Obi has commented about this phone call. He has said that the phone call is fake, and in another breath he said the phone call was doctored. So Lai Mohammed said he has more clarifications to make. He has to tell us which portion was doctored. Is it where you said, thank you, Daddy?
Yes, Daddy.
Or where you referred to the election as a religious war? It's about 1 week now since Lai Mohammed made those remarks. Peter Obi has not responded. And I guess he is convinced that the federal authorities know a lot more about that conversation, because some of the tools usually deployed to discover whether the conversation is fake, they've been deployed, and everything is pointing to the fact that that conversation is not fake. So it's understandable that he refused to respond to that one. He merely said, "Oh, it's doctored and it's fake." He wants him to confirm, did the conversation take place or not? He has refused to answer. Then I also think that the matter of Obi's arrest in the UK, which the UK authorities are refusing to explain why. The Nigerian authorities too did not say a word. Is something that needs to be cleared. What really happened? We've heard that an impostor was using his name maybe to defraud people. But Peter Obi on his part has not come out to say, this was why I was arrested, these were the questions posed to me. And when his minders, without him sending them, came out to say, oh, the British authorities have apologized. Obi was quick in saying, no, they have not apologized to me. Because he could, in the final analysis, be accused by the Britons of selling a dummy. Whereas it's his media office that came up with that explanation without the boss telling them to go and do it. Maybe they were expecting that, look, the Britons will eventually apologize. But as we have seen now, since April 7, they have not said anything. We don't know why they will pick up this person. The West disrespecting Nigerian officials, Nigerian ministers, Nobel laureate Soyinka, it's not a new thing. They sent dogs to sniff Soyinka the other day to discover whether he had drugs on him. But the Britons owe us an explanation. You can't just pick up a high-ranking Nigerian without explaining why you did it. And you cannot say you do not know that this is the person. His passport and everything will show that this is Peter Obi, who contested the election in the country and came third. They can't claim that they didn't know that he was the one. So he's landing in Heathrow, you pick them up. They've got to explain to us why they did that. And I think Nigerian officials also need to ask the question, because it is Peter today. It could be someone else tomorrow. You just do it and then believe that you are no one explanation. All the Nigerian newspapers that have written to them asking for explanation why this happened, they said no. When it comes to individuals, we do not comment. So you have no. That's why some people like Femi Kanika, they are even claiming, oh, he was deported. He has no evidence of what he's saying. But I still think that the British authorities need to explain to us what's going on. I do not agree that this thing is APC instigated. I think the Britons are not that kind of people, that the political party will just say, embarrass this person for me. So I don't agree when Obi's media office says they know that APC is behind this. No, I don't think that is their nature. But there has to be explanation from the Britons themselves to tell us this is why they picked up the...
All right, Bikio. Now, Sikian, Bikio has raised another issue, so you're going to be reacting to two different issues now.
Well, first and foremost, the question to ask is that, why is it that after the election, it will be that is being vilified everywhere? That is a very fundamental question to ask. Two, in our local parlance also, it is not easy for you to beat a child, beat a child, and still try to use hand to cover his mouth from pain. You know, our parents used to do it in those days. After beating you, because you remember now. They say, they are beating you. but that you must not, it's not possible.
And so that neighbors will
So that neighbors will not know that your parents
nobody will come to beg on your
That
behalf.
is exactly what is happening here. So the man has been defeated, or purportedly defeated. He's at the court. But you cannot stop him from talking. He has to talk. He's aggrieved. Stopping him from talking is recursing to anarchy or inciting people. And as BK rightly said, I will say it with all sense of unity that P2B is one of the finest politicians I've seen. If you see him talking, if you see the kind of things that comes out of him, he has never been combatant in his languages. Even to his own people that, whichever way you want to look at it, opposing him or whatever, anywhere. See him everywhere he goes. There have been instances where even the governor of his state have tried to vilify him. P2B went there and was hugging the man. I'm talking of current governor. There have been so many other instances of that nature. So, but the fact remains is that I don't know whether it's a deliberate attempt to silence him as an individual or from saying what. In every, okay, I'm a twin. I have a twin. That's why you see Kent. I'm Kennedy. I have a Taiwo. If you see my twin brother, he will be here for the next 3 hours. He will not say any jack. You leave him here, leave him with water, he will not drink that water. And here. But leave BK and I here, just I alone. In the next 3 minutes, you'll see what will be happening. So, that is it. Obi and his deputy and his vice are two different individuals entirely. So, one will blow hot, one will blow. Ashwaju is just Ashwaju and the vice. Ashwaju doesn't, if you see the way he talks, it's a big man. But when you see Shetima talking, because you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
When you see Shetima talking, you know that this word is firebrand. And that is what happens in politics. So, but it is a joint ticket. Now, going to the issue of, we don't know what happened in UK. The fact is that we've been hearing about mistaken identity and the rest of them. He's not the first person. Okay? I went to the UK, I was in London about 3 years ago. I was detained at the airport for over 3 hours. For no just reason. They just say, oh, come, I should move. And just one, first and foremost, because I was carrying that green passport. I was kept aside. In fact, the rate at which they were moving Nigerians and putting them to the deportation point, they just ask you 1 or 2 questions, they just move it that point. The next thing, they're waiting for a plane coming to Nigeria, and they put you. If not for the fact that I'm a journalist, probably they've gone online, tried to do some search and the rest of them. And after the end, they say, we are very sorry. They give me back my passport and let me go. So, we don't know what happened. Obi has not come out to say. But you can also say that some people have taken advantage of that issue on social media to start posting pictures, doctored pictures, because you must have seen the pictures where they were posting Abike. I'm sure you said that. Where they imposed that picture, and it was selling. People were selling that. I said, Abike had to go and beg as the chairman of Diaspora Commission. That is the social media we find ourselves. That is the system we find ourselves. That is where we are today. So most often than not, you see people talking on social media without having a cogent reason and information at their disposal.
All right.
And that is where we should separate ourselves as journalists from some of these charlatans. But the fact remains is that, as far as I'm concerned, what Mr. Lai Mohammed said about P2B in UK, and I don't know why he chose United States of all places to go and be making such issue. I expected him to have come. If you have such issue with P2B, I thought that would have been said. But since we started watching our Datti Lynette outside, it did not stop in United States. He went to UK, he went to London. He spoke in London as well on this same issue. I think everybody should just wait for the court to do their job. As far as I'm concerned, election has been won, it has been lost. Where we're moving to is now the court. Let us allow the court to do the needful and do their job so that we can be able to come to terms on this issue of the election and stop overheating the system. That's my personal opinion.
Thank you, gentlemen.